Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Samsung Developers. I'm Vincent, one of the developers here at Samsung. Image Filters enables you to process images and effects. Let's go ahead and explore the Image Filter SDK. There are lots of applications that cater to image filtering and processing. The Image Filter SDK will be able to provide 33 filters, some of which are adjustable, and the range for image transparency. So, we'll start going deeper on those and get to move on our application. Image Filter offers 33 types of filters for processing your images. Here are some of them: Sepia, Gray, Vintage, Fusain, Colorize, Mosaic, Color Sketch, and Magic Pen. Now you can see the differences from the original image on the left. From these 33 filters, it can be classified into two: the ones that are adjustable and the ones that are not. For our application later, we'll use a few from both. Let's take Cartoonize, Faded Color, Pencil Sketch, and Sepia to enable level adjustment. Also, let's take Blue Wash, Gray, Magic Pen, Nostalgia, Pop Art, Vignette, and Vintage, just to show the filters with no level adjustment. Controlling the intensity of the filter to your liking is possible by specifying the level adjustments. This ranges from very small to very large. Aside from adjusting the filter level, you can also change the image's transparency. Having the alpha set to 0, the image is seen clearly. As we increase to 255, it seems like the image is no longer there. Before we start creating a sample application, please prepare the following: an Eclipse IDE with ADT plugin, jar files of Image Filter SDK. You can download them from developer.samsung.com. A Samsung device. In this session, we will be using the Galaxy S5. If you don't have any device that fits the requirements, you can go to the remote test lab to test your application out. I'll jumpstart our application by having the UI prepared beforehand, like the call for gallery and the array entries for the alert dialog. In our UI, there are simply 3 buttons: a horizontal scroll view to contain our filters represented by image views, and of course, an additional image view for the image we're going to modify. The first thing we have to do is initialize all the UI elements we need to use. We also have bitmaps for the original and filtered images, and an integer to denote the initial image transparency. So we determined which filters we're going to use a while ago. Since we have a lot and each filter is represented by an integer, it's better to use an array containing these, so we can access it easier. Oh, by the way, these integers are variables in the SIF image filter class. This is also the case for the 5 filter levels. Once all the initialization is done, we can now set our SDK by using SIF. We have this under a try-catch block just to make sure that it is supported. The onClick listener of all our buttons and images will call out a function for it to perform tasks, and also a way to simplify things on our end. For all our images, we will be calling one function alone. The only thing that distinguishes them from one another is the integer parameter that denotes the type of filter. Next, we create the body for the common function of the images. We need to make sure that there is an image selected before we could filter anything. Our position parameter will determine the type of filter with regard to the array. In our array, we have the first option to show the original image. So we're going to separate the two cases, original and filtered images. For the original image, we simply set the image bitmap of the image view. The filtered image, on the other hand, we need to set out our BM filtered bitmap to the result of filter image copy function from the SIF image filter class. In the set function, we pass on three parameters: the bitmap image, the type of filter represented by an integer, and the filter level, also represented by an integer. This function is not only responsible for changing the filters, but also for the change in transparency. To do that, we must also make sure that we have an image to alter. From the SIF image filter class, use the setImageTransparency function and pass on the filtered image and the value for transparency. Of course, set the image view to the resulting image then reset the transparency value. Since we intend to use images in choosing the filter type, this is quite space consuming in the application itself. Let's try hiding and showing it every time the image filter button is pressed. we just call the set visibility for the filter view for view.visible and view.gone. As for the filter level, we're going to use an alert dialog. This just needs the basics. I'll put in an icon, a title, and the choice items. Here's where the array that I have prepared comes in. The current filter level we have set, and also a listener to dictate what happens when a level is selected. The selected item, which button, is the new mImageLevel operation level index and mImage operation level. To apply the changes made, we call the command function buttonClick. We're almost done. We just need a way to communicate to the user to enable the varying values for transparency, and edit text in an alert dialog will do the trick. Limiting the input values to numbers and setting the initial value of transparency. Again, we set the title, settle in the edit text, and set the listener for the button. This verifies the input text and calls the button click function to apply the changes made. Here is the application that we created. The process of filtering the image is made simple for you. You just provide an image, select the filter, then voila! Another artistic side to your captured moments. Let's summarize the Image Filter SDK and the things we talked about in this episode. In every SDK, there are restrictions. These are the limitations set to make sure that your application will be up and running. The process of filtering the image is made simple for you. You just provide an image, select the filter, then voila! Another artistic side to your captured moments. Remember, there are items we had prepared beforehand. Neglecting to add those will give you an error. That's it for Image Filter. We hope this tutorial helped. For inquiries, please post your questions on the official forum at developer.samsung.com. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and be updated on the Samsung Mobile SDK. Thanks for watching.